Okay, so we're live, waiting, preparing for Sam Moyer to join us for Tea Time with Sean. I have my tea ready. We're looking forward to Sam joining us very soon. Let's see who's coming in. Lots of people are joining us. Is Sam there? Can't see her yet. Pat Shea is in the house. Lots of people coming on. Sid Motion Gallery in London. Nice to see you. Mm-hmm. Do you know what her email address is so you can actually spot her when she joins us?
She's already in here. Sam, you have to request to go live.
Hello, Sid Motion Gallery in London. London calling. How are you doing? Sam Moyer said, what do I press? What does she press?
There's a request to go live to join.
She'll be here soon, people. I'm very well, Sid Motion, thank you. Glad that you are too. I hope everything is okay in London, that you're starting to open up a little bit sooner than us, I suspect, in New York. It's still rather iffy here. We're waiting for Sam to figure out the technical problems of pressing the right button.
What is your dream project?
Oh my God, don't ask her that. She'll probably tell us.
No, I think it was for you.
Me. Ah! My God, shocking. Sam Moyer in the flesh.
That was harder than I thought it would be.
Got a fantastic shot up your left nostril as you joined us. You look terribly well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm actually thriving.
Oh, don't tell us that, please.
Like all of your artists, probably. But, all right, here's the thing.
Yeah. Have you made the tea yet?
I have childcare, so I'm gonna work while we do this.
No.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put you in this tripod my dad emailed me from Amazon, or mailed me from Amazon. Hold on.
Does it?
There
Are
you
you
go.
gonna have it on your forehead like a miner's lamp while we're
Yeah.
talking? Oh, great. Well, that's great. We got a wonderful shot of your.
Looking at a broom.
We got a wonderful shot of your broom handle. We're supposed to be seeing you, not the broom handle.
Got it. Look.
And now it's sideways.
Oh, it's sideways.
It's sideways. Is there no way you could just sit down and talk to me instead of inducing motion sickness? Oh, there you are.
All right, I'll just sit down and talk.
Yeah, please. I feel like I'm on a boat that's sinking. Have you actually made some tea to join me with?
Yeah, I made tea.
What sort of tea have you made?
Oolong.
No advertising.
Oolong. And it's in a fake Kenny Sharp mug made by Tony Mattelli.
Oh, well, that's given them a plug, so that's good. So
Yes.
how are you in this particular moment?
I'm great.
You're great. Why are you great? Why are you so great? You're supposed to be depressed and worried and freaked out.
Not too, but I'm always that.
And how is young Arthur?
Oh, that's kind of heartbreaking because he's so cute and fun on him right now.
You can't bear to leave him to talk to me. Oh, sorry about that. It'll be over soon.
I can bear to leave him.
It's like a visit to the dentist. It won't take long. So what are you working on at the moment?
Well, right now I'm working on trying to charge my phone because it's at 10%. Hold on. I'm really ready for this. Can you tell how prepared I am?
I can tell you prepared for it and that you're very technologically adept.
I don't understand why I can't figure my life out. All right. I'm just going to hold it. Are you
Okay, let's can we start again?
Yeah.
Now just sit still.
Hi, Sam.
Sit still and don't touch anything. There are professional people, Sid Motion Gallery in London. They're watching this. You can't put me in a position like this.
Like, this is just a very typical, like, my family situation. My dad is like, you're going to have to do these online things with your phone. He sends me a tripod thing to do this, and it doesn't, like, hold my phone.
Well, if you tried it half an hour ago, you might have known that. You know,
Well, I thought I could do it horizontally. I didn't know.
Doing it whilst everybody's watching is not necessarily the best way to understand these things. You do realize there's thousands of people watching you embarrass yourself at this moment.
You've always been so supportive, Sean.
All right. Somebody's asked us what that painting is over your right shoulder.
Well, that's my left shoulder. So do they mean stage right?
Yes, that one. Yeah, the
That
pink
one?
I think they were looking at the pink one. Which painting do you love, person who's asking? The pink one or the more yellow one?
Me personally?
No, not you. That yellow one looks terribly good. Can we have that's nice. Can you talk to us about that?
Oh, you want me to do like cinematography here?
No, not particularly, but I'd very much like to sell it online while we're talking.
Oh, Sean, it's on consignment with the LA Gallery. But
Oh no! Don't tell me that. That's awful. Awful.
That's a terrible.
That's a beauty. That's particularly good. Yeah, don't mention other galleries, please. Keep it clean. So actually, they were inquiring about the pink one. Can we have a look at the pink one?
Oh, the pink one, yeah.
Pink one, yeah.
Really should have charged my phone for this.
Oh God! Now she tells us that would have been good, wouldn't it? Well, that looks rather good. Well, so, Sam, we do have some questions for you. If you can concentrate, on that for a second. It's nice to get a virtual tour of the studio.
Yeah,
it's looking good.
Yeah.
So somebody asked about how you choose the recycled materials you use.
They choose me.
Oh. So you're walking down the street and a lump of marble jumps out at you.
Yeah, I have to be careful.
I'm sure you do. It could be quite disastrous.
Yeah.
And somebody else asked us, which I thought was they said they'd seen your show at the ADAA and they loved the glassworks and what had prompted you to start working with glass.
Oh, that's a good question. I think that
that's why I chose it.
I chose it. That's why you chose it.
Exactly.
I would just say it's a material fetish, and I really like the transition of glass. You know, glass is a liquid, and sort of this idea of this object that transforms from these scraps into this new composition, but it's actually kind of always in constant motion. And what I liked about the glass in particular is that even though it's a two-dimensional work, with the light traveling through it and the way it bounces light off the wall, it's really impossible to have it be a one-sided two-dimensional work. It really sort of keeps the theme of portraying its own material character the way that the marble does, I think, in a lot of ways, where it really always is in a field of 3D. Like, you can't really take it away from its 3D participation with the world.
Very intellectual response. You lost me after 2D.
I brushed my teeth for this.
Are you going to? They look splendid, by the way.
Thank you.
Are you going to continue working with glass? Is it something that's ongoing?
Yeah. Not a quitter.
Nobody accused you of that. Tell us about you're making this huge and wonderful project for a public space that's opening in September. Tell us what you're doing with that.
Well, that is pretty exciting. It's the entrance of Central Park, Doris Friedman Plaza, at the corner of 5th Avenue and 59th Street. And what I'm doing is, it's a huge work that consists of 3 very large archways made out of bluestone, which is indigenous to New York. And then I'm making 3, within those arches, I'm making 3 concrete and marble panels that will look like doors, that are made in a very similar aesthetic and composition style as my paintings. And it's sort of a natural Stonehenge meets the revolving doors of New York City aesthetic sculpture.
Wow.
That really is about the moment of the nature of Central Park meeting the edge of the architecture of the city and the merging of those 2 things. So I'm not really, I think I might have even said too much already. I'm not really allowed to talk about it publicly yet, but it's
sorry.
large. It's awesome. And I think the lawsuit goes to you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have lawyers on hand 24/7 to deal
That's
with
what I
these
thought.
things.
Yeah. Big operation. Big operation.
Yeah. Yes, in fact, I'm doing an online course in lawyering as we speak to try and save some money when I get
That's
back
a
to
good
work.
idea.
Yeah. I thought I'd sort of double up. So are you looking? Are you? How much are you able to get into the studio at the moment, given the nature of the moment? And I mean, you need assistance presumably to move a lot of the material around, and you've got young Arthur on your hands.
Yeah.
So how much are you managing to get into the studio at the moment?
I'm coming to the studio about 3 or 4 days a week.
Oh.
And I also set up, you can't really stop me. I also
No, we know that.
I set up a painting station at home. So I've been able to work at home, which has been great. And you just adapt. The work I'm making just isn't with very large stones right now. I'm using smaller stones. I can show you. So I can do it by myself. So like these are some pieces in progress.
Oh, nice.
And they're just a manageable size.
Right. So you're adapting to the moment. Not exactly drawings, but
keeping it moving.
We've got a great question here. Somebody wants to know how you come up with the titles for your paintings.
Usually the title's like the moment of autobiography, self-reference in my work. And so sometimes it has to do with a very sentimental feeling, or sometimes it's what I'm reading, or what I'm listening to, or sometimes a piece reminds me of a person, or it reminds me, it's sort of the confessionary moment in my work. Confessional. Yeah.
It's very Catholic of you. You're in the confessional when you come up with the titles.
Yeah, I'm half Catholic. Yeah.
Somebody, which half?
Stage right.
Okay, good. Somebody's asking us, because you can't see the questions, I don't think, right? Oh, you can see the questions?
Oh, but there's no way I'm going to.
Okay, no, don't. We don't want you to strain your
There are
eyes.
some plants in here. I see
Somebody-
you, Emma.
Somebody's asking about the significance of the checkerboard in your recent paintings and drawings.
Oh, I've always really, really been drawn to the checkerboard pattern, and it's another kind of like referential moment, but we had a beach house in Indiana that had black and white checker floors in the kitchen.
Hang on. You're at a beach house in Indiana.
I know, everyone gets caught up on the beach house in Indiana.
Does Indiana have a coastline?
It does. It does.
Geography was never my strong.
It's a beautiful white sand beach trapped between 2 steel mills, 45 minutes outside of Chicago.
Sounds positively idyllic.
Yeah. Very affordable.
I'm sure. Yeah. Comes with a free dose of something.
Yeah, exactly. But also just in general, I really like that balance and the ability to sort of bring 2 different colors in, or 2 different pieces of stone. And it's a pattern that you just find everywhere. I went to Japan with Eddie a year and a half ago. And even
now, for those of us who don't know, who's Eddie?
Eddie is my roommate.
Does he know he's your roommate? Have you discussed this with him?
Eddie's my life partner, my soulmate.
Oh, okay, look, Eddie is the great and wonderful Eddie Martinez, husband
you want
and
his last name. Eddie
and
Martinez.
father to Arthur, and your partner in all things wondrous. So
Yeah.
just to clear that one up.
Fully cleared up. But yeah, anyway, a lot of these, very ancient shrines around Kyoto, you'd still find this sort of natural checkerboard patterning everywhere. And also just think about it like it's the origin of games. It has so many like powerful sort of yin yang, both sides.
Sam, how did you start what made you come up with the idea of picking up the first sort of, offcut from or rescued piece of marble from a ripped out kitchen somewhere and make it vertical and start working on it on the wall?
It's kind of like a sad story. Not sad, but like a story of like a failed
Hang on, do I need to get my hanky out?
No.
Okay.
No, but I had a solo booth at Nada, and I needed to do I wanted to do a piece of furniture to tie the whole booth together. And it was pretty early on in my career, and I just like spent the most money I'd ever spent on anything to make this marble bench, and loading it into the truck from the fabricator, it broke.
Oh, it is a sad story.
It is a sad story. But then I had all this broken marble to work with.
So you immediately thought of Marcel Duchamp.
Sorry?
You immediately thought of Marcel Duchamp, decided to make it into something wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Well, waste not, want not,
Yeah.
And as kooky or creepy or goofy as it sounds, I mean, there were some very concrete connections visually between marble and the paintings I was making at the time. And so it was, to some degree, a one-to-one connection. But the actual plan to come up with putting a painting in relationship to a piece of stone came to me when I was sitting in the Rothko Chapel in Houston.
Oh my God.
Like divine intervention.
I mean, don't set yourself up to, have any competition at all. So what do you think the finger of Rothko reached down and touched you?
Something. Or it was just like, felt like my job was to sit there quietly and think for a while.
Well, he would have considered that your job, absolutely.
And what else to think about than myself and my work?
Well, you should have really been thinking about him and his work, of course. Sorry?
Yeah. You're not drinking your tea.
I am. I've got a very special, I got my orange Pantone mug out for you. It's Pantone 1505. In your honor, because I know this is a color you've used a lot, and I am drinking my tea.
That color, yeah.
So somebody else has asked, do you have a favorite type of stone that you like to work with?
Well, I have a favorite stone to work with.
Your sound is breaking up a little bit, which is unfortunate.
My favorite type of stone is soapstone.
Soapstone. Because?
Soapstone, yeah. I just love the color.
Why?
And I love the quality of it, and it absorbs. Oh. It just absorbs light in this beautiful way. And it's soft.
Yeah.
And it's got so many variations of gray, and I just often like the Virginia soapstone that I love, the gray Virginia soapstone has so little marbling that when it has a line, the line feels so impactful. The veining in it, anyway.
So you mentioned Rothko earlier, Sam, and we've talked about this before, and I know one of the answers to this question, but I'm sure there are many of them. But what artists do you find particularly inspiring, that have inspired your work, or that you look at a lot?
Well, there's artists that I think that there's a visual language that I look to when I'm stuck or feed off, and then there's artists whose practices I find very inspiring, even if they have nothing to do with the way that I make work. So, you know, I mean, I'm kind of a sucker for all of the women that came before me. So I'm a huge fan of Agnes Martin and Louise Bourgeois and Louise Nevelson. And I mean, should we go to my library? Because I can take you for a walk.
Yeah, let's have a look at your library. I'd like to see your library. I haven't been in your library for a while. I miss it.
When it comes to artist practices, like, I'm a David Hammond's nerd, you know.
Really? That's an interesting reference.
So,
if we lose you, you have to get out of the library because
or Duchamp, or
we have,
you know.
if we have any. Okay, let's see what you got there. Is Fran with you today? Where's Fran?
This is embarrassing, actually. I should not do this. Let's see. Oh, the double Isa Genskin book.
Oh yeah. Got two of those. Can I have that? Can I have your spare one?
Here, Eva Hess, Mary Heilman. I mean, Magic of the Supernatural.
Oh, good Lord.
Clifford Still, Anthony Caro.
Definitely not a woman.
Gordon Matta Clark. Let's see here. Agnes, Ellsworth Kelly. Oh, Michael Heiser.
All
Trevor
great.
Pepper.
Le Corbusier. Is Fran with you today?
Fran is not with me. Fran is with her father.
Fran is Sam's dog, who normally greets you at the studio when you arrive to see her, but she's sadly not with us today. All right, we're going to go into a quick fire set of questions here. What's your favorite food?
Bread and butter.
Really good choice. What music are you listening to at the moment?
Nothing.
Nothing? Come on. What podcasts are you listening to apart from mine? Rudolph Jansen is with us. Nice to see you, Rudolph.
I just listened to a really good one yesterday, but I haven't given money to it yet, so I feel embarrassed to say. But Alex O'Dare, Michelle O'Dare, and Viva Superstar's daughter, she's really cool, and she has a podcast off of her Instagram that is hysterical, because she grew up, like, you know, as the daughter of Viva Superstar in New York, and was a yoga teacher to, you know, celebrities, and just is a hysterical person to listen to. I'm trying to not listen to, like, The Daily. I've decided.
Yeah, we're all trying. We're all trying not to listen to that.
Yeah, and then I'm kind of like an emotional sucker for what's it called? Oh, Death, Sex, and Money. I'm an NPR nerd, but
you got. Rudolph just said you got to stop moving because you keep freezing.
I'm sorry. It's because I keep trying to plug my phone in different places.
Just sit still. I mean, have you always suffered from ADHD, or is this something that you've developed recently since you've been socially isolating? All right, stay very, very still. Okay, don't plug your phone into anything else, and we might actually be able to conduct this tea time. So you like bread and butter. You're not listening to any music right now.
Okay, I listen to music. I don't want to count like a month.
Yeah, you're not helping me here. You're not giving me anything to work with.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's kind of like okay, what do I listen to? Oh, Tanari Win. It's a West African.
Yep. They're from they're the great band from the deserts of Mali.
Yeah. So I just need things that are like not entering my brain too severely and sort of setting like a peaceful space to exist in right now. You know,
Tanari when it's not exactly peaceful. I mean, it's like pretty intense.
Oh, really? I find it great.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it just sort of sets like a pace rather than oh well, because John Prine died, I went into like a very deep John Prine. It's just too emotional.
I understand.
That one hurt.
If you were stuck on a desert island, what would be the one thing? You're only allowed to take one thing. What would be the one thing you'd take with you? It can't be Eddie. It has to be an inanimate object.
An object?
Yeah.
Does it get to be like my iPhone?
Yeah, that's an object. You
What's
wouldn't have
the-
any coverage, but you could take it with you. You wouldn't have much fun after about the first 12 hours.
Like, what's the COVID answer? Like sourdough starter?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, some banana bread starter. Use all the bananas that would be rotting on the island.
Yeah.
No, come on, we want an answer. You see, just keep distracting and deflecting. You're like the president. You can't answer a proper question.
Well, I'm just trying to think if it's like survival, if I should bring like a hammer or like a knife.
Well, it's up to you, isn't it? I mean, you can't, it's not 20 questions. Come on, make a decision, woman.
I don't know. I'm not going to any islands. Where are we going? We're not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah. No, you are being sent to an island. Trust me. If you weren't an artist, what would you be?
Oh, I always thought that I would be a hospice nurse.
Really? You'd be in great demand right now.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
I know. Is that you really did?
Yeah, but also
Growing up.
I think that kind of administrative.
Growing up, you as a small girl thought I'd like to be a hospice nurse.
Oh no, as a small girl, I wanted to be a bus driver.
Oh, great. Would you want an articulated bus with the extra bit on the back, or just, the front part? I've always looked at those people driving articulated buses and thought it must be awfully difficult to get around the corner without, damaging or knocking a lamppost over or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's different.
If you had to pick one animal, what would the animal be? As
A
pet?
dog.
What kind of dog?
Oh. Sean.
Yeah.
You know
All
I
right.
can't answer this question.
It's Fran. It's a Frenchie. Fran's a Frenchie.
It's not, and I don't want to piss Eddie off by saying what it is. And I'll sound like one of those not purebred people, and I'll get in big trouble. So you're setting up.
Of course, that's the whole point of this. But you haven't succumbed yet. I'm trying to catch you out. You're just not working with me.
Let's say dog. Any dog.
All right, a dog. What are you reading at the moment in your isolation?
Well, right now I'm reading a Leslie Jameson book, but it's really good. But it's about like addiction. I haven't. Have you been able to really read? Because I find that most people are not doing a great job reading.
No, I'm making up for all of them. I'm doing a great job. I'm an inveterate, as I think you know. I'm an inveterate reader. I'm ripping through about 3 books a week currently, and I've even managed to read 2 or 3 books that I wanted to go back to that I never have time to do. So I've been rereading books as well, which is great.
Why don't you start a book club, Sean?
Well, I did start a book club, but then the problem is I get so engrossed in reading the books that I always forget to tell anybody what I'm doing. So.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about it. You could just post a list. Just tell us what you're reading.
Katie Nora White, what a fabulous question. If you had to pick a historical character that you identify with, who would it be?
Oh, man.
Idris Khan is in the house. That is a great question. What historical character would you choose to be? Apart from Joan of Arc. You can't have Joan of Arc, because I know you'd get Joan of Arc.
Like,
you've got to work harder.
Of all of history?
Yeah. Yes, let's not limit ourselves.
Like, who got to work all day and be left alone? Wait, who are you? You're Winston Churchill?
I'm not Winston Churchill, no.
Who are you?
James Joyce.
Well, you can't just ask me that.
Okay, how about Flannery O'Connor? I'll go with Flannery O'Connor.
That's a good one. That's a good answer. Actually, rereading Flannery O'Connor right now would be a very good use of our time.
I'm out of Flannery O'Connor. I'd have to reread. It's my favorite writer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You should start rereading. I just reread.
Reader. I hate it. I already know what's going to happen.
I just reread the great John Kennedy Toole's magnum opus, a confederacy of dunces, which is,
Oh,
if
Confessions of Dunces is the best.
if anybody hasn't read it, please read it. It's one of the funniest books on the
My mom
planet.
has this story about how she had her purse stolen off of her on the, what's it called, the L train in Chicago. She didn't notice because she was reading Confederacy of Dunces.
I mean, honestly, when you start reading that book, they could steal your entire wardrobe off the back of you and you wouldn't notice. It's so funny.
Ignatius.
Ignatius J. Riley. So have you got any questions for me?
How are you? What's going on? How's the camp? How's camp? Sky camp?
Yeah, COVID camp is it's busy up here. I tell you, we're keeping very, very busy up here. It was difficult when the weather wasn't so nice because we have outdoor space and it's really lovely to be able to get out to it.
Yeah.
But now the sun has come out, it's much better.
Yeah.
And today we're all on best behavior because it's Mary's birthday.
Oh yeah, it's Mary's birthday. Happy
So
birthday, Mary.
yeah, so we all have to behave ourselves today and be nice to her for a full 24 hours. It's quite a strain for me, as you can imagine.
What are you gonna cook for Mary for her birthday?
We have got some giant. We're doing steaks and salad. It's very simple, and she doesn't know the rest of it, so she's probably watching this. So we have to be careful. Oh, this is. I got to ask you this. Idris Khan has just asked us most fabulous question ever on all of the tea times. How many times have you loaded the dishwasher?
Don't mention the war, Chris.
Oh God, that's great.
She should ask you that question.
I can answer that question for you, but I'll probably get into trouble.
Oh yeah.
No,
Not a big dishwasher guy.
I'm not a huge dishwasher fan. Although I do spend quite a lot of time at the bar. I'm very happy to make people drinks and make the dishes different.
You think many different glasses and things.
Lots of different. Yeah, I'm good, but lots of different glasses. What's your favorite? What's your favorite cocktail for the moment to keep you sane?
Oh,
Or
I'm doing
make-
this totally sober.
You're doing what?
I'm doing this totally sober.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's why you look so healthy and well. It's quite frightening. You're doing it totally sober.
Totally.
Wow.
I had
Well,
one cigarette as a joke for a friend's birthday. But that's it.
Boy, that is so impressive. I can't make my mind up who I'm going to phone first when this is over, whether I phone my trainer or Alcoholics Anonymous. What's the first thing you're going to? Yeah, it's a huge complication. What is the first thing you're going to do after confinement is lifted?
You know, I'm kind of like losing that. Like, you know, it's like I'm over that hump of like the gates are lifted and I'm free. Like, I don't know. Am I like that dog that got zapped with electricity so many times that I don't care about it in the yard?
You've turned into Pavlov's dog.
Yeah.
I find myself sort of, I feel rather guilty because I'm quite starting to like it now.
Yeah, of course.
But I think artists are much better equipped for the moment than the rest of us because, going to the studio is quiet time, isn't it? To be in the studio is very isolating anyway, so.
I mean, most of our lives haven't changed that much. The only thing, and a lot of my artist friends that are on unemployment are doing quite well. So they're getting more money than they usually do to work in their studios. But then there's also the other side of people that have lost their jobs and those term pictures, those scary. So I don't know. Yeah. When we eliminate the fear and the financial crisis from this, yes, it's pretty easy for artists. But I've also heard that a lot of artists are having a hard time making right now. Maybe that's a little different now that we're sort of out of the deepest of the woods. But yeah, it doesn't, I could keep doing this. There's a few things I want to be able to do, like have Arthur see my parents. I think more about Arthur's socialization than my own. I really want him to be around more people.
Well, he's got you and Eddie and Fran. Who else does he need?
Who else could he possibly need?
Who else could
But
he
yeah, we're trying
possibly
to do
be?
like fantasy travel stuff. We're really excited to go back to Mexico, go back to Morocco, show Arthur the world.
I can completely understand that. Well, we're almost out of time, although you did use about 4.5 minutes trying to plug in at the beginning. So I might give you a little bit of extra time, and people are throwing hearts at you. So if there's any really good questions, like Idris's question about the dishwasher, that you'd like Sam to answer, get them in now quickly. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up fairly soon.
Do you do that thing with the dishwasher where you load it like so heavily that you actually have no house at all? Like you go to eat something and there's no utensils left because you just like you're not ready to run the dishwasher quite yet because you're like, I could.
Sam, I don't even know where the dishwasher is. Honestly, I know where the bar is, but I'm trying to be very honest. That's my resolution. I'm trying to be very honest, and I would not lie to you. I do not know where the dishwasher is, and I have no interest in finding out.
Not even for Mary's birthday?
Not even for my wife's birthday, no. Especially not for my wife's birthday. Think of all the dishes there'll be. So, shall we let you go? Have you finished your tea?
Whatever you want. You want to keep hanging out?
Yeah, although I do have to go and start making martinis for her.
Oh my God, it's martini time already?
Of course it is. All day long is martini time in this household. That's why we're all so cheerful and it's such fun.
I'm very much looking forward to being stood for martini.
Yes,
time.
well, you must come up here as soon as possible. We have to see you in the flesh. So I want to thank you so much for allowing us to hang out, and you've been a great guest and a lot of fun. And you also showed us some things in the studio that were rather attractive. So thank you so much for spending time with us this afternoon.
Of course.
And please give our love to Eddie and to Arthur and to Fran. And we will look forward to seeing you in person very soon. Please continue to be safe and take care, and all our love.
Love you, Sean. See you soon.
See you soon. Take care. Thanks so much for being such a fun guest.
Bye.
Bye.